Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Growing Wild Farm and Garden. I wanted to give a special shout out to all of you new subscribers. If you have just subscribed recently to help me out with that goal of 100 subscribers, thank you so much. It has been such a big help. You've gotten me so close to that goal, and we're so close to getting that custom URL, but we're like that close. So if you know anybody else that might enjoy this video or this channel, would you maybe share that and see if we can get to that 100 goal? That would be awesome. We're like this close. We don't need very many more. But yeah, thank you from the bottom of my heart to everybody that has subscribed to help me with that goal. So, I just wanted to let you guys in. You've already seen a little bit about what we're doing here, but we're going to talk a little bit about more of what the varieties of what we're planting here. We have a couple different varieties of corn that we're going to be planting today. So, we have a 22 by 2 foot bed, and this right here is a Golden Cross Bantam hybrid. We also have Peaches and Cream and Silver Rose or Silver Queen sweet corn. I don't know. I'm getting garlic and this mixed up. The Golden Bantam Cross hybrid is actually about 6 feet tall. The Silver Queen is actually about 8 foot tall, or can get to 8 feet. So we're going to start that on the back row to give it more room, and then go from there. I have actually gone ahead and put all of them in water to give them a little bit of hydration because they're super dry. I'm trying to get a jump start on germination. It could take anywhere from, I think it was 7 to 10 days, but if you go ahead and put them in jars of water, then they germinate a little bit faster because they've already soaked up all the water. Luckily today, we actually had pretty good rainstorm that lasted about 4 hours or so, and hopefully with the soaking that the ground got and soaking that these got, everything will go a little bit faster. So I got everything done. Unfortunately, I ran out of room before I could do all of it and you could see it, but everything is planted for about the first knuckle of my finger right there, so it's about an inch. And some of them are covered, some of them aren't. We're just gonna have to see what happens. So, in the beginning of this video, I went ahead and put like our process sort of what we did over here with the corn. And based on what we've already learned in the last couple of weeks since doing that, I wanted to make this video about what we've learned from that experience. Let's take a look at the corn and go over the things that I learned and give you the tips so that you don't fall into the same trap we did. So this is our corn. You can see this rope and stuff because, like you can see right here, the dog got into this patch, and so she's knocked over some of the corn, and I don't know if I'll even be able to save it. But anyway, we put this around here to keep her out. So, lesson number 1 was this plastic biodegradable mulch that we used. It rained, it's been raining for the last couple days, which is awesome, fantastic. But as we go down, we're at a small incline, and you can see here where the rain has pulled the dirt up and over this mulch, and just it's settled here. And so the one thing that I would suggest out of this is don't get this plastic mulch. What I really wanted was a woven weed fabric a la Living Traditions Homestead, and I'll leave that link down in the description for you. And when I went to buy this, I couldn't find that. I don't know why. I couldn't find it. Either that or it was too expensive. I can't remember now. It's been weeks ago. I bought this. It was cheaper, probably because of obvious reasons. It says it's biodegradable, but at the same time, it's not letting water through. Luckily, I did make these holes pretty decent sized for the corn, but at the same time, I would really like to be able to get more air and more water through here. So tip number one, don't cheap out. Look for woven weed fabric. Don't do this plastic stuff. So another problem we have is that we couldn't keep things down. We couldn't pin this down. And again, a la Living Traditions Homestead, we probably should have used garden staples. They use garden staples, and I don't know what I wasn't even thinking about it, honestly, when I got this. It completely slipped my mind. And so when we went to do this, we had a pile of bricks left over from the previous homeowner. We decided to use the bricks to at least hold it down for now. And it sucks. It's not ideal. The wind can still blow it up, like I'll show you here in just a second. So like right here, you can see I've pinned this down with this little metal stake here and there and there. These were left over from when we had our yard marked out so that we could dig. And I used them because it's what we had, and it keeps the fabric down. But I really wish that we had thought to and gotten some garden staples, and we may still. So something else you may have noticed is that some of these plants are a lot taller than the others. This plant is obviously much taller than, let's say, that plant, or the one next to it, or any of those actually, or these in front of it. This plant's bigger, that plant's bigger. Those are smaller. And here's the third tip or trick that you may not know, that I should have known. Especially when planting outside, plant more than one seed per hole that you make, because germination rates outside are never as accurate or great as maybe they are inside, where you can control everything. And that's where my problem lies. I'm used to starting everything indoors, but these were sown outside. And even though I gave them a really good chance, I soaked them in the water overnight. I still ended up planting 2 or 3 rounds of corn, because I really needed to make sure that they get pollinated right to actually give us corn. So I really needed a lot of these to come up. That's okay. We'll be fine, especially since this is like our first real chance at trying this. There's 176 plants hopefully in here. I have to count them again. I really don't know how many there are. That should be a lot of corn, especially if what I'm expecting is 1 to 2 ears per plant. If I can get that, then that'll be amazing, even with the amount of plants that I have here. But tips and tricks number 3, be sure that you plant 2 or 3 seeds per hole, so that when germination actually happens, you can always pull them out, but adding them back like I have puts you behind. Also, hey, if you've liked this video so far, can you give me a thumbs up? Because that really helps me know what to make a video about. And if you haven't already, guys, and you are subscribed but haven't hit the notification bell, that will give you an alert every time that I upload, so go ahead and hit that notification bell too. That is actually it for our video today. It doesn't matter if you're growing corn, or if you're growing broccoli, or if you're growing really anything. Those tips are universal, especially if you're going to sow things outside. So I hope that was helpful. Let me know if you guys have any questions or anything. We're at Instagram at Growing Wild Farm and Garden. We're also on Facebook at Growing Wild Farm and Garden. And I hope that you guys have a really great rest of your week, because that's all I have for today. Alright guys, well thanks so much for joining us. I hope to see you next time. We'll see you then.